This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to INC Radio on another lovely weekend. I'm Taylor Joy Lagpacan from the local congregation of Temecula Valley.
And I'm Lorraine Lubong from the local congregation of El Cajon.
And you are tuned in to INC Radio
San Diego!
Thank you for joining us on a beautiful Saturday morning here in San Diego. We have what I'm hoping is an informative and hopefully interactive show for everyone today, interactive with the live chat, because we want to share our tips with each other on
I think it's spring cleaning, and I'm so ready to be swept away.
Swept away, that's right. So stay tuned for that discussion. But before that, of course, as usual, be sure to like this video on YouTube and subscribe to the INC Radio YouTube channel if you have not already done so. And while you're at it, share the link to view our show today with your friends and family so they can also join in on this fun conversation we're going to have. And is there any other way people can be involved in our show today?
Of course, they can leave us a comment using these hashtags. So shout out your local shout out your local using these shout outs, and tune in towards the end of our show, as you all know, to hear the winners from last week's broadcast.
All right. Without further ado, let's jump into our spring cleaning discussion. Maybe let's start with a question for the live chat to think about.
So to those tuning in with us, how can you make spring cleaning fun? A, you play music. B, you set a timer. C, you reward yourself. Or D, tell us.
That's a good one. What would your answer be for this one, Lorraine?
Initially, I said play music, but I know we had this conversation and you mentioned watching shows.
Yeah.
I totally remembered. I definitely put on shows whenever I'm cleaning.
Yep.
So
what kind of shows do you like to put on?
I like rewatching shows, so I don't have to think too much about the show itself or the plot. Yeah, that's kind of like my go-to. Yeah.
I like that too. It's like background noise.
Yes, exactly.
I have a friend who likes to watch. She doesn't speak Korean, but she says she puts on Korean dramas in the background. And in my mind, I'm like, how does that work? Can you follow along still if you're focused on cleaning or focused on something else?
Is it dub or is it sub?
I think it's dub.
Okay, wow.
I know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Should probably have to rewatch the show then.
I would think so. I know I would.
Yeah.
For me, because I'm similar, I would it would have to be something very chill.
Yeah.
I can't do anything suspenseful if I'm cleaning or if I'm focusing on something else, and I can't watch anything that requires like too much investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much mental or emotional investment. Otherwise, I get distracted from my cleaning.
I wouldn't follow through the plot.
Yeah.
Truly.
You know what else is fun lately? Playing music, like jazz music.
Oh, I've never tried that.
I've been into or like throwback jazz specifically.
Throwback jazz?
I don't know.
I'm gonna need a
playlist.
I'm gonna need a playlist for that.
I'm thinking of certain artists from like the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like throwback R&B. Like 2000s. And yeah, that's a really good one.
If I have that playing in the background, I fear that will turn into like a karaoke session.
Yeah, actually, exactly.
While I'm like trying to fold my laundry. But I like that question. Let's give everyone a little bit more time in the chat to answer that as well. And while everyone does that, I also wanted to know from you, what's your go-to strategy when it comes to spring cleaning? I know we're probably at that time of the year where everyone has the itch, right? To get organized and clean everything. And sometimes it can be daunting. So what are your go-to strategies?
Okay, so I start off with my clothes. I feel like my closet can sort of it kind of piles up towards the end of the year, or
for sure.
Yeah, so I definitely need some time to look at my closet and look at the clothes that I don't wear anymore, because there's so many that I really just put on the corner on the side of like the closet. And you're like, wow, I haven't seen this dress in such a long time.
That's where
there's a reason.
Yeah.
And when I tackle on my clothes, I need a lot of time because I need to see if it still fits me and if it's still something I would wear. So a lot of mental like checklist, like, is this something I'm gonna wear today or tomorrow or even this in a few months? Is this still trendy? Not that it matters, but is it still something that I would wear, like in style for myself?
Maybe that's why it's so daunting to tackle a task like that, because we know we're going to spend so much time just trying things on, seeing if they still fit, really contemplating and thinking hard about it. So I don't blame you. And I feel like with clothes is a big thing for spring cleaning, I'm sure, because I know we're constantly, or at least for me, I know I'm constantly bringing in new clothes, but I'm not as often taking things out. Right? Exactly. So obviously at some point your closet is going to reach max capacity.
Yes, exactly.
So it's absolutely necessary.
And winter clothes, you have to put that away now, right?
For sure.
Exactly. So you have more space in your closet. Yeah.
So do you have like a separate storage bin
or
closet for like winter stuff?
A storage bin, for sure. So
me too.
I can take out all of the clothes that fit the weather. But right now it's still kind of cozy and a little bit windy, so it's not totally away yet.
Yeah, very true. For me, a strategy I like to use is, so when I'm thinking of like my whole, let's say I'm thinking of my whole house, right? When spring cleaning time comes around and I'm like, okay, how am I going to tackle this? My process is to first break it down by room.
Oh, okay.
Or like section of the house. And then even within that, I break it down even more. Like, so if I'm choosing to start off with like a bathroom.
Yes.
What part of the bathroom are we going to tackle first? The bathtub, the sink area, the mirrors. So I feel like when it comes to spring cleaning, if you're really motivated to get your space organized and clean, you have to break it down.
Yes.
Tackle it piece by piece. Otherwise, if you're looking at the big picture, like your whole house,
it's
overwhelming and you're just not going to know where to start. So just make a choice, pick a room, then pick a section of that room, a certain task, and get that small task done first and then move on.
I find it, for me personally, the closet is easier to tackle first because once I get to the smaller items, I start to spend time looking and reminiscing at random things. And I start to wonder if I need these things, but then I forget that I'm actually cleaning, not reminiscing on things.
Cleaning is so tough. It requires you to kind of detach emotionally from things. Otherwise, you're going to want to cling on to everything.
Exactly.
At least if you're like sentimental like us.
I'm very, very sentimental.
Very sentimental.
We have a comment here from Sister Edith Indianco. Playing music. Lately, I've been listening to the INCCMV.
Nice. Aww. Yes, there are lots of good playlists on YouTube for that if you're interested. Also from Erwin Prado, shout out to Erwin. He says, I wear cool jean jackets like our wonderful hosts to make spring cleaning more fun.
He's giving us a compliment.
Thank you very much.
Sister Lealoha Nationalis says, take everything out, place them in the throwaway pile, donate pile, keep pile, then organize as you place the items back. Don't forget to dust and sweep before putting the things back. It's like she's so experienced with this. I need this.
I like that idea. Having piles.
Yes.
That's a great way to categorize things.
What if they belong in all?
You gotta choose.
I know, we have to choose.
Or you can split it up, like cut the clothing in half if you want and put it in two separate piles. How about that?
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
Also, we have a comment from Roger Bogrowski, aka Broger. Look in the cabinet under the sink. And he's from Vista. If you haven't used it for 6 months, get rid of it.
I like that. It's a short-term goal or like a timeline.
That's
if you have to look back and realize like, oh, I haven't used this in over 2 years. Maybe you should put it away or get rid of it.
Yeah. I like these comments so far. Did you want to read one more before we move on?
Yeah, from Mr. Velli says, I watch movies while doing spring cleaning. Okay.
Aww. I like it. All right. ask everyone in the live chat another question.
Well, you find an old sweater and you never wait. Okay, let me rephrase this.
Okay.
You find an old sweater you never wear. What do? A, you donate it. B, you use it as a rag. C, you hide it back in the closet. Or D, let us know. So we kind of had a conversation with Sister Leia already about this.
What's your go-to right now? Like
donate.
Oh, okay.
Donate, yeah.
Nice. Do you donate often?
I would say
clothes?
like once a year.
That's good.
Yeah.
Spring is, I bet the donation centers are super busy around this time.
Yeah.
I like that. I think more often these days, I'm also donate it. It's just easier to get it out of your space.
Exactly. I don't know if I want to hide it back in the closet because like that's my point of that's a point of spring cleaning for me, is to get rid of it or so you don't really see it. I mean, even if you put it in a storage, I mean, if you don't open it in a year or so, then it's just keeping space in your house.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. And I'm excited to see in a little bit what everyone else is saying in the chat about this. But before that, Lorraine, what's the hardest part of spring cleaning for you?
Hardest part? I think that I just mentioned it earlier. It's the looking back at things, like having an emotional attachment to it, or being reminded of when I last used it, or what was like the most fondest memory of that item, whatever it is. But if it's not an item, it's definitely just tackling all the chores at once, having a dedicated day to tackle all the cleaning, because I personally like sleeping with a clean room.
Me too. But it doesn't always happen.
I know like life gets busy,
right?
But if I start with something small, it'll I just want to make sure that everything is good before I sleep. But if it's in the morning, it's fine. That's my mindset. We can clean up later.
As you're mentioning all of this, I'm picturing in my mind the pile of clothes that's on my bed right now that I will inevitably get home to and have to clean.
We have to. The topic is about spring cleaning.
Yes. But you do bring up a good point. It's such a time investment when you decide to clean, right? I feel like that's part of it, right? It's something you actually have to schedule into your day and stick to it. Otherwise, you're just going to procrastinate on it. So I think that's probably easier to, if you're serious about getting your spring cleaning done, you have to schedule it in your day and you have to stick with it.
Yes, exactly.
And then maybe you reward yourself after. That can be your motivation.
Always.
And let's see what people are saying in the live chat. From Phil Nationalis, he says, "Hey, donate." I like that.
Brother Roger says, "Look in the pockets for cash first. We've been downsizing for 3 years now. Love to throw and donate." Love that.
Downsizing, that reminds me, there's a really great podcast episode on incmedia.org if any of you are interested. It's about decluttering, and I think it's perfect for this time of year. So let me know if you want to give that a listen. They interview a couple who's been really great at living minimalistically and letting go of clutter. So very motivational if you need a little motivation to get your spring cleaning started.
I'm going to have to listen to that while cleaning.
Yeah. Also from Hazel Havate, donate it. She's from NSD.
From Sister Feli, she says, "I put the clothes in vacuum bags because fashion comes back and throws or donate the ones that are still usable." I like that she mentioned fashion comes back. So there's a lot of trends that are coming back. Like,
so true. I know a major one these days is like 90s.
Oh yeah,
fashion is the cool thing now.
There's these shoes that used to be called dad shoes. Now they are very trendy, and I mean I am wearing them, but I will not show them.
Very fashionable.
Baggy pants,
baggy jeans.
Do they call them mom jeans?
I think
right, mom jeans.
Mom jeans are still in,
yes,
for sure. So it's hard.
Yeah.
I know I for sure wear some of my mom's clothes that she sees me wear now, and she's like, "Why are you wearing that?"
She's like, "Where'd you get that?"
I know.
My mom says the same thing to me. Hi, Mom.
I'm like, "It's cool these days," and she's like, "Wow, that's from when I was your age." From Helen Merling, NSD, donate or send to the Philippines.
Aw, that's nice.
The last time my mom and my brother went to the Philippines, we did clean out some things from our closet so that they could bring it with them.
Aw. Sister Edith said, if I find an old sweater, I'll ask my loved ones first, and if no one likes it, I donate it. That's nice.
That's a good strategy too. From Brother Rick Estrellado, I thought I can hide those sweaters and jackets now, but looks like it's still getting chilly in the morning. Very chilly. Happy viewing from Temecula.
From Brother Phil, he says, save it for the next Care for Humanity activity. That's exactly right. We do save our clothes for Care for Humanity activities.
I like that suggestion. And one more for now from Jeb Barrientos. Greetings, INC Radio San Diego. Tuning in from the INC Radio Orange County, California studio at the local congregation of #Anaheim, cleaning up from our broadcast.
I love that. Aww.
Catch Orange County, California at we're at 10:30. Catch Orange County, California at 10 before our show. All right. So we have one more question for everyone in the live chat.
So what do people regret throwing out the most? A, old clothes, B, electronics, C, childhood toys, or E, share?
Those can all be very valuable or things I want to hold on to. I think my big one might be old clothes.
Go ahead.
There's one dress I've been thinking of lately. I wanted to wear it today actually for our broadcast, and then I realized I got rid of it last year.
Oh,
so that just it's tough because there's some pieces of clothes that I wear so rarely, but when I want to wear them, I want to wear them so much. But that's a me problem. I know. What about you?
I just had something and I forgot. What was it?
Was it electronic toy?
No.
Maybe from when you were a kid?
No. Oh, old clothes. So old clothes make me realize that I have gained a little bit of weight, but it is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I realize that if the clothes don't fit you, get clothes that fit you.
Yeah.
You know?
Easy solution.
Easy solution. Because if you ponder on the clothes that don't fit you anymore, then you spiral and you know, if you are generally a healthy person, that's fine as long as you're living a good lifestyle. And I know that's not the topic today, but in general, that's the type of mindset that I like to have, where if it doesn't fit, that's okay. But if you do have a goal weight or goal physique that you want to reach, I would keep a few of my clothes.
A few.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
But
I'm glad you mentioned that. Not all. Not your entire wardrobe in 2 sizes smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
And one more question for you as we start to wrap up here. How do you maintain a clutter-free space after spring cleaning? Now that everything's nice and tidy, how do you keep it like that? Or is it even possible?
I try at least to keep it clutter-free or for the most part, because I know that if I do make a mess again, I would have to spend more time cleaning. And I think habits is a really good thing to have, having good habits, because if you're routinely keeping things neat, I feel like it's easier to do out of habit, right? Rather than putting a lot of energy into cleaning a whole room or whatnot. But if you don't realize that you're keeping a lot of things, then it's time to step back and look at the things that you need to clean out. But yeah, I try to just do it out of habit, so it just comes out of naturally.
That's a really good point, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. I think that's the ultimate thing we're trying to push here, right? It's something you have to make a habit. It's a lifestyle.
Yes, exactly.
Being organized and keeping clutter away. It's a small habit that you have to incorporate more often into your life in order to make your life easier. And for me, one, it's so not necessary, but I think one thing that helps me personally, I'm a very smell sensitive person. So I've noticed if once I have a clean space, if I usually have different things essence sticks or candles here and there, just a little bit, or sometimes air fresheners for rooms. If I spray a little bit of that or use some of that to make my space smell nice, it motivates me a little bit more to just keep it tidy, because then that kind of completes the environment for me, is having it smell really nice. Again, so not necessary, but it's just a nice to have thing that I feel like if you're like me and scent is a big thing for you, I think that might help you. So give that a try.
And our tech here today is also saying digital cleanup, decluttering. I am also very guilty of that. I don't realize how much stuff I store in on my computer or my cell phone.
Yeah.
I think I need to get rid of a lot of things, because one time I was taking a really good picture.
Yeah.
And it said I had no storage. No storage
That's
left.
the worst.
So I had to delete a couple of pictures so I could just capture that one picture.
That's another daunting task.
Yeah.
I know I need to clear out my photo album.
Yeah.
And I need to, because I know I have duplicate photos. And I know I have long videos in there that I don't need, like from concerts and things, or fireworks from 4th of July type of stuff. Yeah, I feel like I need to set like 2 hours one of these weekends to just sit down in front of my computer and my phone and just go through all of the digital stuff and clean it up.
Or organize it, whatever.
I know it's going to be worth it though. Tracy says, I'm assuming this is in regard to the comment I made about smell, like how you can make your room or your space smell good. She says, makes sense to me.
They also said that the chat loves vacuum bags for storing clothes. I cannot read today.
It's okay. It's okay. We still love you. From Feli Badiola, I second the motion, Sister Lorraine. It's a way to look if we're going above our normal or target size. The clothes we love gives us motivation to maintain where we are, or we want to get back to.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And then lastly, from Sister Edith, she says, yes, save for care for humanity. I get sentimental with my kids' old clothes, but so happy to see the big smiles of the recipients when pass them down. Aww.
My mom's big on that too. Yeah. Passing down clothes from my brothers to now other parents who have young boys. I'm sure that's a great feeling.
Aww.
All right. I think we are good for now for our discussion. And thank you, everyone, for your contributions to this chat. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you gained a little bit, maybe a few extra tips on how you can tackle your spring cleaning this season. But without further ado,
what's that?
What is that? I see something coming up.
Activities on the horizon?
Yeah. These intros are so funny to me. Yes, that's right. On the horizon, last Saturday, on April 12th, we had our Scan Cycling and Nature Walk. As you can see, this was a beautiful day for the Scan officers and their family members and loved ones to join them for an outdoor hike, some bicycling. Bicycling? That's not a word. Bicycling is the word.
Yeah.
And stretching, as we saw. So what a great way to spend time with each other.
And happening today at the Chula Vista Chapel compound is our automobile exhibit, collectors convention, and our Korean barbecue social. We have a lot of activities today in the local congregation of Vista, or at the local compound. But anyways, that is on what's on the horizon for the San Diego Satellite Studio.
Lorraine! Are you hype?
Very, very.
That didn't sound very hype of us. Okay, ready? Again.
Lorraine!
We are hype. Why are we hype?
For the local shout out challenge winners.
Yeah, that's right. Winners. So as a reminder, here are your local shout outs. You need to shout out in order to help your local congregation be part of the leaderboard for our shout out challenge. And in no particular order, here are the top 3 winners from last week's show. We have the local congregation of North San Diego. Woo-hoo! Also the local congregation of Temecula Valley. And the local congregation of Vista. Yay. Right on. Congratulations to our top 3 for this week. It is not too late for you to help your local congregation be part of the top 3 for next week. So continue to leave your local shout outs in the live chat.
Taylor,
Lorraine.
there's a lot of things to do,
There
a lot
really
of things to see, and a lot of things to eat in
Yes.
San Diego.
That's
right?
why I love it here.
And for our Into Sunny San Diego, what are we featuring?
We are featuring something very tasty, and I know a lot of people in the live chat are going to be excited about. It is lumpia. That's right. So, for those who may not know, lumpia is inspired by Indonesian and Filipino cuisine. There are various types of lumpia, and they're like spring rolls commonly found, like I mentioned, in Indonesian and Filipino cuisine. Lumpia is made of thin paper-like or crepe-like pastry skin called lumpia wrapper, and it envelops a savory or sweet filling. What's your favorite type of lumpia, Lorraine?
Turon, like banana lumpia.
Banana lumpia?
So good.
So good. My mom makes a delicious
I just had it
banana
a few days.
Lumpia.
Yeah, so good.
The key is to drench it in brown sugar.
Yes, exactly. that fruit bite.
Yeah. I also really like we were talking about it, the lumpia with the vegetable.
Yes.
And then you eat it with vinegar.
Like you douse it in vinegar.
Yes. Those are the best. Whenever I see those at potlucks or birthday parties, I get a bowl just of that.
You're gonna get a whiff of my breath. That vinegar. Lumpia is so good.
And as we can see here at this special spot in San Diego, they sell different types of lumpia as well as Filipino-inspired kind of fusion-ish dishes. Like this is a spam dish with some what looks like pickled cucumber and some mac salad. Delicious. I would try that for sure. And I think earlier we also saw like an ube drink, an ube smoothie. I'm assuming this is footage from our INCRadio crew member Garrett.
Hi,
Shout
Garrett.
out to you, Garrett. Hello. So I need to go to this place.
Looks good.
It does. And look at this bowl. Look at the egg on top.
Wow.
You know, whenever I see a fried egg on top of anything, I think of Ryan.
Oh,
He's a big advocate for fried egg on everything.
I love that.
Yes. And what's your favorite type of lumpia dip, by the way?
Well, other
what do you
than
dip your
vinegar,
lumpia in?
well, it has to be the vegetable lumpia in vinegar. But if it's the
for
regular
sure.
smaller lumpias, I think sometimes they're called Shanghai.
Yeah.
I
cute
like
ones?
the cute ones, sweet and sour sauce for sure.
I have lately been liking just plain old ketchup.
Oh yeah, actually yes. Plain old ketchup though, I like banana ketchup.
Banana ketchup, if I'm feeling
Yeah.
like I want a little extra pizzazz in my lumpia.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about lumpia.
Me too.
I'm just getting hungry looking at this. What is that? What's that on top of the rice? No.
It's not. I don't know.
I don't know.
It looks like pork, or is that pork?
It looks like something with potato.
Is that potato or is that adobo? Maybe?
Adobo? Perhaps. I don't know.
Okay.
Garrett's really making me hungry though with this footage.
Yum.
That
looks really good.
I know. I like the sauces too. Those sauces look pretty solid.
And that's it. They see us. Our mouths are open. We're watering.
I was literally daydreaming about it like this. Like I want to try that.
They caught us. Hold on.
All right.
All right.
Well, I think we're almost done with our show today, but we will read a couple more comments before we wrap up here from Priscilla Batan. Hello, everyone viewing from Rizal. Thank you for tuning in.
And then lastly from Sister Edith, she says, vegetable lumpia with vinegar, my favorite.
Delicious, yes.
Yum.
I love it. Thank you, everyone, for your comments and for sticking with us throughout our show. We love spending our Saturday mornings with you, so we hope to see you next week for another valuable topic. But before we go today, we would like to greet and thank the following individuals who help make INCRadio San Diego possible. Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Executive Minister. Brother Angelo Aranyo Manalo, our CEBSI President. Brother Wally Taray, our INCRadio Station Manager.
Brother Matthew Capistrano, our Supervising Minister of SDC. Brother Alex Onyate, our Assistant Supervising Minister of SDC. And Brother Christian Ko, our District Multimedia Advisor. Up next, INCRadio Sacramento. And stay tuned for next week. We will be talking about
seasonal allergies. All right. Until next time, everyone. Goodbye. Stay safe, and we will catch you on the next Wave. Bye.